Picture this, you have finally made the decision to downsize. The boxes are not packed yet, the movers are not booked, and somehow the house that felt perfectly manageable for years suddenly looks overwhelming. Every drawer, every closet, every shelf is packed with decades of living. Where do you even begin? That is exactly what we are tackling today. Not the emotional side of deciding to downsize, not the financial math, but the actual hands-on practical work of figuring out what goes with you, what gets sold, what gets donated, and how you pack what remains without losing your mind in the process. If you have been putting off starting because it feels too big, too complicated, or too emotionally loaded, this video is your permission slip to just begin. And I promise you, once you start moving, the momentum builds fast. Let us talk about the very first thing you need to do before a single box gets opened. You need a decision framework. Most people dive straight into packing and then wonder why 3 months later they still have a garage full of stuff they cannot bring themselves to deal with. The reason is simple. Without a system, every single item becomes a negotiation with yourself, and that is exhausting. Here is a framework that actually works. Every item in your home gets sorted into one of 4 categories. It comes with you, it gets sold, it gets donated, and it goes in the trash. That is it. 4 buckets. Simple, clean, decisive. You write these categories on sticky notes, you tape them to 4 corners of a room, and everything gets assigned a destination. No maybes pile. That maybe pile is where downsizing dreams go to die. Now here's where most people get stuck. They try to do the entire house at once, feel overwhelmed, and give up. Instead, start with what I call the low-stakes zones. These are areas with minimal emotional attachment. Think the garage, the laundry room, the bathroom cabinets. You build your decision-making muscle here before you face the heavy emotional lifting of personal items and sentimental pieces. Once you are warmed up, then you move into the medium-stakes zones. Guest bedrooms, spare storage rooms, the kitchen. The kitchen is fascinating because it reveals something very specific about downsizing psychology. Most people are holding on to specialized gadgets and duplicate items they genuinely forgot they owned. That bread maker from 2009 has not made bread since 2011. Let it go. The high-stakes zones come last. The master bedroom, the living room, and any space where family heirlooms live. These spaces require more time and more grace. Give yourself that time deliberately. Do not rush these rooms, but do not avoid them either. Let us talk about selling because this is where people leave real money on the table. If you have furniture, artwork, collectibles, or quality household items, the market for them right now is genuinely strong. Estate sales, Facebook Marketplace, local consignment shops, and specialty auction houses for higher value pieces are all viable options depending on what you have. One critical tip here, price things to move, not to preserve your ego. The goal is not to recover what you paid 30 years ago. The goal is to convert items into cash quickly so your move can stay on schedule. If something does not sell within 2 weeks, drop the price significantly or donate it and take the tax deduction. For donation, research your local options carefully. Some charities will come directly to your home and pick up large furniture, which is incredibly valuable when you are in full downsizing mode. Habitat for Humanity restores accept building materials and furniture. Local shelters often need household basics. Your items get a second life, you get a cleaner home, and the process keeps moving. Now let us get into the packing strategy itself because efficient packing is genuinely a skill, and most people do it completely wrong. The biggest mistake is packing by room. Instead, pack by category. All books together, all kitchen items together, all linens together. When everything in a category arrives at your new space, you unpack it systematically rather than hunting through 15 different boxes wondering where the pot lids ended up. Label every single box on at least 3 sides and the top. Use a numbering system and keep a simple log on your phone noting what is in each numbered box. This sounds like extra work. It will save you hours of frantic searching on moving day and the days that follow. Use your linens and towels as packing material for fragile items. This reduces how many boxes you need, protects your breakables, and makes more efficient use of space. Wardrobe boxes are worth the cost for clothing because they eliminate the need to fold and rehang everything. Here is something nobody tells you about packing for a downsize specifically. You will need what I call a first week box. This single box or small collection of boxes contains everything you will need during the first 7 days in your new home. Medications, coffee maker, a few dishes, toilet paper, phone chargers, bedding, and your most important documents. This box does not go on the truck last. It goes in your car, or it is the very last thing loaded and the very first thing unloaded. Non-negotiable. For items you genuinely cannot decide on, there is one question that cuts through the noise faster than anything else. Does this item serve the life you are moving toward, or does it belong to the life you are moving away from? That question alone has helped people release things they held onto for years. The truth about downsizing is that it is not about subtraction. It is about intentional curation. You are not losing things. You are choosing what deserves space in your next chapter. And when you approach it that way, the whole process shifts from something that feels like grief to something that feels surprisingly like freedom. Start with the low-stakes zones this week. Just one room, just one afternoon, just 4 categories. That is all you need to begin. And once you begin, you will be amazed at how quickly this enormous task starts to feel genuinely manageable. Your next chapter is waiting, and it is going to be worth every box you sort through to get there.